with what? Living world, and we have started biological classification. Biological classification, if we have to look into the fundamental insights of it, what we have learnt in the beginning, kingdom systems of classification we have learnt, and followed by it we have to learn in detail about 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Each kingdom in detail dividing to different divisions and classes, we have to learn it. Followed by those organisms which are not involved in this 5 kingdom system of classification, like viruses, virions, prions, lichens. Fine. So, we have discussed first about kingdom systems of classification, right? Who gave us the first scientific method of classification? Aristotle. He has divided the entire living world into Plantae and Animalia. Plants are further classified based on their height, okay, into herbs, shrubs and trees. Followed by animals. Animals, those which are having RBCs, those which doesn't have RBC cells. Those which have red blood cells are anemia, those which doesn't have anemia. And then we have learnt about 3 kingdom system of classification which is proposed by Ernst Haeckel. What is the new kingdom he has introduced? Protista. In Protista he has put all the unicellular organisms, be it prokaryotic or eukaryotic. In 3 kingdom, all unicellular organisms were placed into 1 kingdom, that is Protista. In 4 kingdom, to separate the unicellular prokaryotes, one more kingdom is introduced. What is that? Monera. Okay. Who has introduced that? Copeland. Copeland introduced new kingdom Monera in 4 kingdom system of classification. 5 kingdom system of classification given by R.H. Whittaker, which is the most accepted classification, because in 5 kingdom system of classification he has considered the phylogenetic relationships. 5 kingdom system of classification has considered what, ma? Phylogenetic relationships. What are the 5 kingdoms that are given? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. New kingdom that is introduced is fungi. What is the new kingdom which is introduced in 5 kingdom classification? Fungi. Okay. And then, what is the main criteria for 2 kingdom system of classification? Main criteria for 2 kingdom system of classification? Cell wall. Main criteria for 5 kingdom system of classification is mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition, which is main criteria. So, here if you see, first is cell type, okay, cellular organization, then thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, phylogenetic relationships. These are the 5 criteria which are took into considerations, of which, because of which it is widely accepted phylogenetic, and the main criteria is mode of nutrition. Amongst those 5, reproduction and phylogenetic relationships are not given in this table. Reproduction and phylogenetic relationships are not given in this table. Okay. In this table which is given in your NCERT, first is cell, type of cell, be it prokaryotic or eukaryotic, and cell wall. Cell wall, thallus and nuclear membrane. These 3 comes under what type of cell only, no? Which is first criteria. Second is body organization or thallus organization is one and the same, no? Body or thallus organization is one and the same. Followed by mode of nutrition. In Monera it is what type of cell, ma? Prokaryote. Protista, eukaryotic. Fungi, Plantae, animal. All eukaryotic from here. Cell wall is non-cellulosic, which has polysaccharides and amino acids. What type of cell wall it has? Peptidoglycan cell wall. Peptidoglycan cell wall. peptidoglycan cell wall, which has polysaccharides and amino acids. And then protista, in some only the cell wall is present. Those plant like protists only cell wall is present in protista. In fungi it has what? Chitinaceous cell wall. Chitinaceous cell wall is also known as cellulosic fungi. Chitinaceous cell wall, chitin is also known as fungal cellulose. Chitin is fungus cellulose, fungal cellulose. This has NAG units, N-acetyl glucosamine units. Here in Monera we have Archaebacteria, Eubacteria. Archaebacteria will be having NAT, N-acetyl thalosamuramic acid. Eubacteria will have NAG, N-acetyl glucosamine. This is Archaebacteria and this will be in Eubacteria, the type of polysaccharides. And peptides will be in the form of amino acids only. Plantae kingdom we know it is cellulosic cell wall again. Nuclear membrane is absent in Monera, present in the other 4 kingdoms. Body organization important ma. Cellular body organization in both Monera and Protista. Cellular organization prokaryotes, here it is eukaryotic. Next is multicellular loose tissue in fungi, which has only heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Then tissue or organ system in Plantae, tissue organ system in Animalia. Mode of nutrition is diversity, highest diversity in mode of nutrition is observed in Monera, highest diversity, because you have phototrophs, chemotrophs, heterotrophs. In phototrophs also again it is classified based on the sunlight presence or not, based on whether it is having the requirement of organic compounds or not. They are again photolithotrophs, photoorganotrophs. Okay, like that highest classification is in what? Mode of nutrition in Monera. Next is Protista, autotrophic and heterotrophic, and only heterotrophic in fungi, only autotrophic in Plantae, only heterotrophic in Animalia. This is about the complete kingdom. Got it everyone? Once, quick repetition. Sit straight everyone. 5 kingdom given by RH. What are the 5 criteria he has considered? Cell type, cell wall, mode body organization or thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, phylogenetic relationships. First here you see cell wall. Okay, cell wall, it has what composition? Polysaccharides and amino acids. In Archaebacteria, polysaccharide is in the form of N-acetyl thalosamuramic acid. In Eubacteria it is N-acetyl glucosamine. Next, Protista, so only few of them will be having cell wall, those are photosynthetic protists. Chitinaceous cell wall in fungi, which is fungal cellulose. It has what units? NAG units, N-acetyl glucosamine. Cellulosic cell wall in Plantae and absence of cell wall in Animalia. Nuclear membrane present in all eukaryotes. Okay. Cellular organization in Monera Protista, multicellular loose tissue in fungi, tissue organ organization in Plantae, tissue organ system in Animalia. Highest metabolic diversity Monera, highest nutritional diversity Monera. Okay. And then this will be having specific heterotrophic and autotrophic. Clear, right? And few points you have to remember here. Which is the kingdom that is the connecting link between prokaryotes and eukaryotes? Very good, our friend. It is Protista. Okay. Protista is the connecting link between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Which is the connecting link between cellular level of organization and organ level of organization? Fungi. Okay. This you have to remember. That's all. All the possible questions from the 5 kingdom will be that. Now, below the table in your NCERT, if you see, there is a big comparative discussion between 2 kingdom system of classification and 5 kingdom system of classification. 2 kingdom is proposed by Carolus Linnaeus, very good. And then one major drawback is in 2 kingdom system of classification, all the autotrophs and heterotrophs were placed in single kingdom itself, Plantae. All unicellular, multicellular placed in single kingdom, all prokaryotes, eukaryotes placed in single kingdom, because cell wall is the major criteria for 2 kingdom system of classification. Just now we have seen fungi is having cell wall, Monera is having cell wall, Plantae is having cell wall. Okay. As cell wall is major criteria, all are dumped into one kingdom only. Now, as they are classified properly in 5 kingdom system of classification, it is compared properly and highlighted. See here. In Monera, if you see, all prokaryotes are there. Protista, which is a common ancestor. Which kingdom is the common ancestor for fungi, Plantae and Animalia? Protista is the common ancestor for fungi, Plantae and Animalia. 5 kingdom system of classification has brought together Chlamydomonas and Chlorella, which is earlier placed in algae, Paramecium and Amoeba, which does not have any cell wall. Into which kingdom it has placed? How it has brought together? Under Protista. Protista has all unicellular eukaryotes, right? So, the unicellular eukaryotes can be a plant cell, it can be a fungal cell, it can be an animal cell. Any of the eukaryotic cell is placed under Protista. Likewise, you will have plant-like protists, fungi-like protists and animal-like protists. So, all these organisms are placed into a single kingdom. They are brought together under which kingdom? Protista. Previously, they are placed in algae, these are placed in Animalia as they do not have cell wall. In 2 kingdom system of classification, where is it placed? Paramecium and Amoeba, they are placed in Animalia. These are placed in Plantae, because cell wall is the main criteria there. But here, cell wall is not the major criteria. Okay. So, they are put together in what? Protista, as they are unicellular eukaryotes. They are brought together under Protista by what criteria? Unicellular eukaryotes. Understood everybody the comparison? If anybody didn't understood, raise your hand, I will repeat. Understood now everyone? Next, fungi, which is new kingdom introduced in which classification? 5 kingdom classification. It has cell wall, multicellular structures and heterotrophic. Plantae, cell wall and autotrophic. Animalia, it does not have cell wall and it is heterotrophic. Carl Woese, who has given us 3 domain 6 kingdom system of classification. So, according to his classification beta, there is a common ancestor for all the organisms. That common ancestor is what? Progenote. Progenote is the common ancestor. Based on what he has given the common ancestor, all the organisms is having 16S rRNA inside the cell, which is in common. Okay. Likewise, you have a common ancestor from which 3 domains are given: Archaea, bacteria and eukarya. Archaea cell wall is having polysaccharides and proteins. Okay. But here polysaccharides are of what? N-acetyl thalosamuramic acid. Thalosamuramic acid and proteins. Okay. Whereas here cell wall is peptidoglycan, it has NAG units, N-acetyl glucosamine. Got it? And here the cell membrane is having branched chain lipids. These branched chain lipids will decrease the fluidity in the cell membrane. Branched chain lipids will decrease the fluidity in cell membrane. Okay. This has only one kingdom in it. What is that? Archaebacteria. Here eubacteria. Got it? How are they divided? Based on the composition of cell wall. based on cell wall composition. They are divided, the prokaryotes are divided into two domains. One is archaea, second is eukarya. Archaea is having N-acetyl muramic acid, bacteria is having N-acetyl glucosamine. This decreases fluidity. Eukarya, you have 4 kingdoms: Protista, fungi, plantae and animalia. Clear, no? Any doubts anywhere? 6 kingdom system of class.